while back, I asked on Twitter and Discord and Blue Sky, check out my socials, what people thought the worst Kirby music was. I got a lot of answers, but how many of them did I agree with? Let's find out. Subscribe to the channel, please like the video. So basically, across my Discord server, Blue Sky, and Twitter, let me stop crying for this. YouTube is probably like, why is she crying? Sorry, YouTube. What was I saying? But across my Blue Sky, my Discord, and my Twitter account, I had asked people in the Kirby community to submit bad Kirby songs because I wanted to listen to them and see which ones were, like, you know, the absolute worst. You know, we're gonna find what's the worst Kirby track in the series. And to me, obviously there's good and there's bad, right? To me, I'm willing to put aside, the easiest way for me to say, oh, it's not that bad, is if I think it's funny. And I'll spoil this, there's a lot of tracks that were submitted that I think are funny. That's probably where the bulk of them are going to be. There are some that I think are good, there are some that I think are bad, and we'll talk about those. But we're just basically going to be going through this and trying to discover what the best Kirby, what the worst Kirby tracks are, and of this not so great pile of tracks, we're going to be discovering what is truly special and standout and all that good stuff. Just while I'm here, I gotta say, you know, gotta shill. Kirby Superstar Ultra, I uploaded my first ability solo speedrun of Theme. We streamed that last week. Go watch it, please. Thank you kindly. Okay, here we go. So, okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you. This one's bad. This one's bad. I said this in my... I think I said this. No, I said it in the comments. That's right. I said it in the comments for when I ranked Nightmare in Dreamland as my least favorite soundtrack in the series. This, to me, sounds like farting. It sounds like somebody's farting. That's what it sounds like to me. It does not sound good. I don't like the melody very much, and just for the sake of comparison... obviously, maybe not everybody's gonna agree with me, I don't know, but I think that version is it's just so much better. And because you have such a better version that when you come back to, you know, somebody tearing wind, it just sounds even worse. This is a very easy contender for worst in the series. Definitely a bad one. I like GBA music. I like GBA music a lot. And we're off to a great start because I think this one is pretty bad. That being said, what do we have up next? Reminder that the music, I don't know if it'll be, like, loud, but I have the music loud enough to where, like, it'll be comparable to the volume that I'm speaking at. But because it's music, it'll sound a little louder. So, just as a warning, yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this one, in the, wherever I got it from, when I saw this one, I remember thinking to myself, really? I like the Invincible theme. I think it's, you know, energetic, it's fun, it's loud, you know, it's a lot of the, you know, cool things about being invincible, but then I re-listened to it, and... when I play the game, this doesn't bother me, but hearing it by itself, it's like, yeah, no, there's, like, no melody to this. It's just kind of noise. I understand. I kind of also, I don't know. I'm in this weird middle ground where I kind of both agree with it and disagree with it at the same time. I mean, for Invincible, like, you're invincible. It fulfills its purpose. You know, you got to give it that. But, you know, the melody, especially because... the melody that we've had at the time of Kirby 64 coming out, the melody that we've had for 8 years, right? You know, that one is fantastic, and everybody loves that one. So if you're going to change it, you know, you should make it like Mass Attacks. Mass Attacks, I love Mass Attacks. So you should make it like that one. But then you kind of make it this weird, where it's just really loud, really noise. There's not a memorable melody to it. I totally understand. I guess I will say, just to share a personal anecdote, when I was younger, this was kind of a game that would literally put me to sleep. And I remember taking advantage of that and trying to play it so that I could get some sleep because I was having trouble sleeping, and the candy woke me right up. So I guess I do have a vendetta against it, you know, trying to play Kirby 64 to solve, you know, an inability to sleep, and instead you get jolted right up. I don't know about this one, Chief. I think it's kind of neat. This theme slaps. Yeah, a lot of people really like this one. I get it. I get it. It's just very... There's less of a melody to it. It's very loud, but I really like that it's in Kirby 64. So this one cracked me up. It was actually not because of speedrunning or even, like, you know, what the casuals... It's Coo the Owl. It was actually for a reason of, like, the high notes hurt their ears, and it's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Because I only ever hear a reason of, you know... lol, it's the only track in the game. Here's your spoiler warning for the whole soundtrack of Kirby's Dream Land 2. Is this good enough to be the only track in Kirby's Dream Land 2? No. That being said, I am going to have to respectfully disagree. I've speedrun this game enough to the point where it's like, oh my god, Coo, can your theme just go away? But, I mean, it's really good. It's probably, it is unironically my least favorite of the Animal Buddies. The energy of this one is really good. I totally buy this being the theme of the Owl Buddy. Something about this just gives me the feeling that I am soaring through the sky, which is what Coo does. And it could just be because I know it's Coo's theme and that I've speedran the game, so I spent 20 hours listening to this. But my problem with this more so comes from the implementation of it in the game. And if that's your problem with it, I agree with you. But if we're just looking at this as music, I think this one is pretty excellent. Oh, yeah, no, the TDX version is fantastic for Kirby Fighters. That one is so good. I really like that one. Although, the Rick. I love the Rick one. So cute and playful. This theme has no problems when you play the game more casually. See, I disagree with that thoroughly because so many casuals... I'll say I hear this more from casuals than speedrunners because there are more casuals than there are speedrunners. But I hear, like... more from casuals that this is the only track in the game that I do from speedrunners. At least speedrunners try Rick only, right? Because he's so bad. So, yeah, there's been a pretty decent combination of not good music, all right, and even some good stuff. Surely, we can only go up from here, right? I'm gonna keep it completely real with you guys. I think this one is hilarious. I think this one is hilarious. I can't even view it as bad. I just think this one is so funny. I mean, I get it. I get why it was submitted. I get why, you know, people are like, oh, this is a 3 to 5 second track. This sucks. I get it. But to me, it's hilarious. Like, what is this? What is this sound? Like, what is that? What is that sound? It's so bizarre, but it's so funny. I think this one is hilarious. I totally understand that this is not good, but it's one of those things that I can't hate it. I can't hate it. It's so stupid. I'm not even one of those people that's on the Kirby Slide hype train, but this, the music here, actually... also, the world record for Kirby Slide is 3 seconds, so you could listen to this, I believe, 8 times. The video is 24 seconds. Mozart and Beethoven were real silent when this track dropped. No, this one is funny. I get it. I get why somebody would say it was bad. It's too funny to me. It's so sad sounding. I have never listened to it thinking it like that. That is, I see the vision. As produced, I see that vision. That's so funny. When he said Kirby Slide, I cried. Tilt and Tumble is a toughie for me to talk about. I like the Tilt and Tumble soundtrack a lot. It has come to my attention that a lot of people don't. I think this one is pretty cool, actually. I think it starts out a little slow. You can literally see, like, when I started getting really into it, I started, like, banging my head around. I can understand. I don't agree that Tilt and Tumble has a bad soundtrack. I think this one is quite average for Kirby, but I could see the disdain for this one, especially just because it starts so nothing. But by the end, I think this one just gets really cool. And I do also know where this plays in the game, obviously. The video literally says Underground Stage, so, you know, obviously, we all know. I think this fits for Underground very well. Not a Happy Meal. I just looked over and I saw not a Happy Meal. I'm gonna apply that to this. This is not a Happy Meal. I can agree with that. I was considering picking the level 1 theme. Yeah, you're crazy. You're actually crazy if you think the level 1 theme is bad. You're actually crazy. I respect your opinions a lot, buddy, but you're crazy if you think level 1 is bad. I'm just gonna come out and say it again. Look, if you agree with him, that's fine. I know he's not a fan of the Canvas Curse soundtrack, and I can respect that. Oh, it's so good! It's so good! Alright, so the first thing that I will comment on is that I see IGN.com in the video, so maybe that was his point. Maybe he wasn't trashing on Ravine Road. Maybe he was inadvertently trying to trash on IGN, so fair enough there. Like, this is already one of my favorite things, one of my favorite tracks in Canvas Curse. I love the feeling it gives off so much. I love that it takes something as energetic as Grassland 3 from Kirby's Dream Land 3 and just makes it so slow and atmospheric. I mean, maybe not slow, maybe atmospheric. It's a lot slower comparatively, but it's still fast enough to where I don't think it's quite boring. Oh God, it's so good. It builds too. Like, I love the Dreamland 3 one, but it is about keeping a very steady stream of energy and joy to it, right? This one is so much more relaxed, and I guess because of that, it builds. It builds throughout it. You see more instrumentation come in and out of it. The pacing of it is just, it's so relaxing, but it's that fascinating sound of Canvas Curse that managed to not only sound unlike anything else I've ever heard before, while also, whoops, okay, I don't always play the next video, that literally one of a kind sound that mass attack that Canvas Curse has, while also not just being one of a kind. It's also quite excellent. There are Canvas Curse tracks that I'm not crazy about. There's even a Canvas Curse track, at least one, coming up later that's not so great. That, you know, fine. But this one, absolutely not. If you disagree with me, that's fine. This is probably my favorite piece that was submitted out of everything that I saw. It's gonna be a tough one to top. It's one of my favorites in Canvas Curse. It's so good. I'm not being civil over this. This one's awesome. This is the first one on the playlist that I genuinely like. When we got to the second half, this slaps, unfortunately. It has the funkiest music in the best way possible. 100,000% agree with that. I don't agree anymore. but I used to not like this one because I thought it sounded weird and I didn't like it. But now I think it sounds weird and I love it. Probably not as much as the Canvas Curse one, but this is probably, other than that one, my favorite that's been submitted so far. So let's give it a listen. All right, here we go. Wait. Oh, I love this one so much. Oh, I love this one so much. It's so goofy and silly and funny and cool. I love it. I love it. And for what it's worth, I'm not gonna look it up because nobody submitted it. I think in Return Deluxe, this one is equally awesome. I don't think Return Deluxe, it sounds different, but I don't think it sounds like inherently better or worse. I just think it sounds very silly. I don't feel the need to, you know, give like, I don't feel the need to go this far, like put on the hard eyes and just talk about, you know, how incredible it is. This one is literally just like, it's super goofy, it's super silly, kind of funny, honestly, and it's just, I bobbed my head to it. You saw. I was freaking out. A Return to Dreamland, obviously, you know, one of my goats. This is one of my favorite games of all time, with one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I think this one is funny, but it's not like Kirby Slide, where it's like, all right, I acknowledge this is bad, but it's so funny that it's, like, fantastic. This one, I think, is, like, already fantastic, and it being funny just accentuates it. So I don't think this one was actually given context. It's Tilt and Tumble again, but I don't think this one was given context, so, I'm gonna turn the volume back up, on YouTube, my bad. And we're just gonna dive right into it. Okay, here we go. So, it is worth noting, you know, this did come out after Superstar, when we already had the extension that was very iconic, and this one obviously reverted, because it's for the Game Boy. I guess they just didn't want to do anything more than just remix the Game Boy one. I love this one. I really like this one. It's the Dedede theme from Kirby's Dream Land with the energy of the Superstar version. I think they make for a wonderful combination. I think this is a very frustrating fight to speedrun, but I think it's a fascinating fight outside of the speedrunning context. It's a little hard to comment on, not because, like, it's inherently bad or anything. I love it, but it's a Dedede theme, so it's just, you know, have you heard people compliment his themes before? Have you heard me compliment his themes before? Then you know everything I have to say about this one. I love the energy, I love the speed, I love the pacing of it, I love the actual notes themselves, I love the melody, I love the character, obviously, that they're associated with. I think this theme fits him like a glove. It's really good. I really like this one. But again, you know, I really like Tilt and Tumble. Oh, we got Robobot music. I'm gonna have to let Wolfgang know. I just peeked in the Discord. We got Robobot music. Okay. Interested. Very interested. Kirby Slide, very silly. No, we all agree that Kirby Slide is hilarious. I don't think I've heard anybody disagree on Kirby Slide yet. That one is just funny. So I think we've gotten the basics of this one for the most part. There was that one really bad track at the beginning, but after that, everything seemed pretty good. Must have been smooth sailing from here, right? Right? Spoilers, I like this one, but this one more than any other, I understand. It sounds really good so far, right? Yep. It's too early. Still sounds really good. I like what they're building up here. They're cooking. They're cooking. Right there. Right there. Oh, I forgot I got worse. I forgot the shrill. Yeah, now it's just back to being awesome. I love this part. All right, we're back. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'll turn the volume down for you guys. Okay, so obviously, there's an elephant in the room that we have to address when we're talking about this one. It is the very shrill, what's the expression? A tone so high that only dogs should be able to hear it. And, you know, obviously I can hear it, so there you go. But, yeah, no, I can concede that it can hurt. It doesn't hurt my ears. Look at these puppy ears, by the way. Aren't they so cute? I love them. They're adorable. Look at my puppy ears. I get it. This is very shrill, loud, consistent ring. It's not that it's a... It's... I think, like, the main melody of this that's going on in the background, like, they're cooking so hard. And I really like this one, but there are times where I don't... Is it bad? I mean, I think there's still only the one that I thought was bad so far. Yeah, there's still only the one that I thought was bad so far. This is a toughie because in my heart of hearts, I really don't want to say yes, but out of all the Canvas Curse tracks, like, this is one of the ones that just signifies what people's problems with the soundtrack are in a way that is really hard to argue. I'm gonna say it. This one's bad. It hurts because I really like this one. I think that melody that they've got going on in the background is so awesome and it's sick. It's like, well, that's not what it sounds like, but you know, it gives you that energy like, like, you know, it gets you excited. But, you know, it's, I'll take one for the team on this one. I'll call it bad. That long, it's not good. It's not good. I can tell, I'm looking at the YouTube chat. I can tell exactly when that note started coming on. Oh, that's bad. There it goes. When that sound isn't on there, it's so good. I hate that. I hate that. Like, where is... I'm gonna find a part where it's not playing. I think it's like here. Wow, what do you know? The most replayed part is when it stops. What a surprise. What a surprise. Yeah, you were wondering when Squeak Squad was going to be on here, huh? I didn't pick any of these, by the way. I just want to remind you. Wow, wait. I want to hear that loop one more time. It's like the most unnatural sounding loop of all time. See, I really like this one, but it's another one where, I mean, I'm too open-minded for my own good. But no, for real, I get it. I get this one. I do really like it. I mean, I'm not gonna call this one bad. It's not like the Canvas Curse one. I guess it's like a little shrill in the back, but it's not nearly as bad as Canvas Curse. Like I don't buy this one being so bad that it could like pierce your eardrums. I don't buy that. But no, I like the atmosphere of this one. It's obviously when you're approaching a boss, you're in that prelude. I think it's pretty neat. I like that Squeak Squad bizarrely started this trend of pre-boss fight rooms being very intense with their music. I think it's very good at building suspense. Shame that Squeak Squad bosses are varying in quality, but it is good at building suspense. I will give it that. Imagine that a game crashes and every time it crashes, it plays a random OST from the soundtrack instead of the typical well, the is hilarious. That's what I like about it. You'll never guess, this was very convenient. We have another Squeak Squad track up next, so let's hear what this one's about. I'm just pausing this real quick to say the fact that this is from Star Allies changes nothing. Keep this one real short, real sweet. That's disorienting, and I love it. Like, obviously, I've heard all these before. This is not my first time hearing it. This is my first time just sitting myself down and having a good, genuine listen to this in a long time. I've played Squeak Squad pretty recently for the channel. It is so disorienting in a way that's so fascinating. I can't help but love it. I don't think it's funny. Like, you know, Kirby Slide, that's funny. This one, to me, it's so unique. I love how it is speeding up and slowing down throughout. It's like you never really know where it's gonna go. It's just a track. It's uncanny. Uncanny Underground, but it's uncanny. That is really what this feels like to me. I feel like I'm going to be alone on this. I feel like not that many people are going to like this one. And for what it's worth, I don't think Squeak Squad has this low-key amazing soundtrack that's super underrated. It's actually one of my least favorites. But this track specifically, I really like this one. I think this one's fascinating. Because I took the L for this Canvas Curse track that I really liked, I am going to play the reverse card and say that I don't think this one is bad. I think this one is actually quite good. Although I guess there is a more traditional example in this for something that's unsettling. That's the prelude to the Dark Nebula fight. That one I do like more than this. I think that one is definitely a lot more traditional and quote-unquote well put together, while still going for the same kind of vibes that this one's going for. Up next, we have... That's funny. That's for me. That's Kirby Slide. That's okay. No, I love Tilt and Tumble too much. This one needs context. So this is what it normally sounds like. This is the bass. So, like, you know, pretty basic, not like amazing or anything, a little basic, but like, you know, cute minigame music, right? And then it speeds up. Alright, low-key, this version slaps, actually. And then it speeds up again, really fast. Alright, low-key, this version kind of slaps, too. And then it speeds up again. And then it speeds up again. And then finally... I think this is hilarious. Might be a hot take. I think this is funnier than Kirby Slide. This is so funny to me. Kirby falling down the stairs, the musical. Oh, this is cute. Yeah, now you're getting the context for it. So now you're starting to appreciate it a little bit more, right? I feel like context for this one is super important because it's such a joke. You're right. This is hysterical. Yes, I converted one person. That's all I care about. Okay, so actually it's been a while since I've heard this one. I've done the speedrun a bunch of times recently, but I either don't hear it in the speedrun or maybe just haven't heard it. But I was surprised to see this. Yeah, I was surprised to hear this one. Huh. This is a tough one, honestly. I want to like it. I'll say that. I want to like this one a lot. I love what it's going for. This part's great. This part's great. Hold on. We'll replay this part because I think this part is easily the highlight. Yeah, no, I like that part was really good. It was this pesky execution part. I say what you will about, you know, Adventure's music being a lot simpler, but you know, the melodies in that game are very distinct and memorable. I get what they're going for here. It's like there is this consistent beat and the melody of the original is like gently coming in and out as it's playing. Which is a very interesting idea, and I've heard it done well in other places. But I don't really like the execution here. I mean, is it bad? I don't know. I mean, this might just straight up be my least favorite track in Super Kirby Clash now. I love the Super Kirby Clash soundtrack, but no, I don't know if this is going to be a hot take or not, but I kind of think I agree with this one not being very good. I like Strange. I've obviously given Strange a lot of compliments, but this I just don't think this one is using its melody well enough for me to appreciate the quirkiness, you know? And like I said, I'm not going to say this one is bad. My quest for bad Kirby music continues. Oh, actually, okay. I super value reading chat, but I see this next one, and I think I remember who submitted this one. I'm not going to say it, because I don't want anybody to go after them. If they're comfortable saying it, they're welcome to. Version 1 of this song, with all due respect to the people that don't like it, I see people post a lot when they're trying to be contrarian. Version 2, I don't hear too often people bring up, and usually when it is, it's people being like, oh, it's super underrated and it's super good, and I agree. Okay, so I love it. I think this complements Gourmet Race 1 or Pumpkin Grand. I think it complements that phenomenally. I love this more somber tone to it while it's still fast enough pace to feel like it belongs. I love the way that it sounds. I love the use of the instrumentation here. Again, especially when you look at it as a foil or an opposite, a comparison piece to Stage 1. I really appreciate how different the vibes are. I feel like they fit the stage, too. Maybe that's just a me thing. I will say, this is going to sound very weird, I love this version. I actually prefer it in Superstar Ultra. I actually like how this sounds more in Ultra. Course 1, on the other hand, I think sounds better in Superstar. I like it quite a lot in Ultra, but, you know, the original's just too iconic, you know? This version, very good, no notes, but I just like how it sounds in Ultra a little bit more, you know? Yeah, but no, especially this part at the end. This is a vibe right here. This is a vibe. You can't tell me otherwise. This is a vibe. This is a vibe. I definitely think there's a reason it's not as iconic as the first one for what that's worth, but, I mean, you know, like, that one might be more iconic than even, like, Green Greens, right? You know, eventually you gotta be like, okay. But, no, I'm a big fan of that one. I'll be, you know, the killjoy here. I do prefer Course 1, and I do, like I said, prefer it in Ultra, but this version I still think is a bop. Never heard that end part. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good, right? Waiting for the Drum Dash song to come up. Oh, is that one next? Ah, no, it's not next. Okay. All right. I want to listen to that one, so I'm just gonna spoil this one really fast. It's Dedede's theme. The person who submitted it specifically said that, like, it's kind of repetitive, and they felt it didn't fit the fight very well. I disagree. We'll let it play really quick, but I really want to get to the Drum Dash one too. I want to get there too. Okay. Oh, we can leave it there. Okay. That one's bad. Whoever submitted this one, well done. I think this one's bad. I actually think this, it's not horrible. Like, it's much better than the other two that I think are... no, I'd say this is worse than the Canvas Curse one. Definitely better than Nightmare. That's the bottom of the barrel. But I think this one's pretty bad. It's so all over the place. Like, it's got the Gourmet Race. It's like if you're asking someone to recite Gourmet Race and they can remember it, but, like, they don't remember it that well, so they're trying to get through it really fast so that they don't forget it sporadically, right? It's so all over the place, and the instruments just don't feel like they meld together very well at all. It's so chaotic for no reason. And these instruments I've heard work in other Kirby games, like Epic Yarn, they sound great there. It's way too chaotic, way too sporadic, way too dissonant with each other. And it's not building towards anything like that Squeak Squad track was, the Uncanny one. That was building towards atmosphere for a mood. This one doesn't feel like that at all. This one just feels like it's showtime. This one just feels like it's crazy. It's weird for the sake of being weird. I don't like this one. I think this one's pretty bad, actually. Modern Yoshi music, oh god. The fact that chat is comparing this to Yoshi's New Island, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Ugh, that's not a good look. I don't have a feeling that most of people are gonna like it, but I feel like I've been saying that a bunch, and then I'm wrong. Yes! Oh, this part. To the people that are submitting the Canvas Curse music, like, it's your own taste, and I'm glad that, you know, you're submitting with what you feel comfortable submitting. I don't know what you're expecting, though. I love this. I love this one. I get why somebody would think it's bad, and I won't be surprised if, you know, most people disagree with me on this one, but... Oh, I just love the intensity and flavor of this one. It's another Nightmare remix, actually. This is probably my favorite of all the Nightmare remixes, if I'm being honest. I kind of forgot about this one earlier. And no, it's still, you know, fast and energetic like Kirby music normally is. But it's so grim, while obviously still being fast and energetic. I love that. And I'm turning the music back up. This part here, pure Kino. Is it as good as Ravine Road? No, that's still my favorite piece that we've heard today. But I really like this one. This one's really, really good. It's so hard to recognize, but this is a remix of Nightmare's theme. It is. All right, okay. This one is hilarious. And it definitely requires context. It's boarding the Halberd, but you have to hear me out. I know what you're thinking. There is no way boarding the Halberd is bad, and I agree with you. However... Let's listen to the Kirby Superstar music, not for long, but I know what point the person who submitted this is trying to make. And I kind of agree. I just don't know if I think it's funny yet. But this is... incredible. It's a classic. It's won an Emmy. You know, there's so many great things that you could say about that version. Now, listen to this version and see if you can spot why it's on here. Do you hear it? I think this part goes hard, though. Honestly, that one, it fills me with, like, this indescribable sense of anxiety. Unfortunately, I think this is hilarious. Is it as funny as Kirby Slide and Do the Kirby Not quite. It's not that level of funny. They took YouTube's playback speed feature, toyed around with it, and put it in the game. Why is it so slow? I don't know, but it fills me with anxiety and is really funny. And do I like it? No. Is it bad? Probably. But is it hilarious? Yes. And you gotta play a rhythm game while you're listening to this? Are you kidding me? I'm here for this. It's funny. This is firmly in the funny category for me. Halberd after the 7th tequila shot. I think we should do this again. But instead of trying to find bad Kirby music, we try to find funny Kirby music because this is like the best part. Let's listen to this. Okay, that part randomly is like 10 out of 10. Why? I've never heard that. I've never been on this part for long enough to hear it. Okay, sorry I hung on that one a little while longer. I was just fascinated by it. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I love the I love that, but otherwise, it's okay. I don't know about bad, but it doesn't, I'll say this, like, it doesn't make me feel, like, any emotions whatsoever. Where does this song play? When you're in, the end game, the final 2 worlds. If you go back to the Star Cutter and you are in the area outside of where the Star Cutter actually is, Magolor ship area, yeah. Yeah, like outside of the Star Cutter. Okay. Oh, is this the one that I think it is? I love this one! I love this one. It's so cute. So cute. And it's Mass Attack, and I love Mass Attack. But also it's cute. Oh, I love this one. I love Mass Attack. Oh, I love this game. Okay, I mean, as far as why I, like, actually love this one so much, I mean, it is largely what I said. Obviously, you know, I'm a huge Mass Attack fan. It plays in the Pachinko area, so there's a feeling of gambling. I mean, there's skill-based in Mass Attack, but it gives off casino vibes, and I think that's really cute. It's such a cute track. I love that one so much. I think what the ancients truly desired were puppies. I like this Pachinko minigame better. Trying to get it perfect on it, though, not as fun. For what it's worth, unless you're speedrunning, you don't have to do it in one go, thankfully. You know, you can just get the coins in, like, you know, different sessions. It's a short level, so it's not too frustrating, but, you know, if you're speedrunning it, you gotta get it in one go, I can understand. The oops, you stepped on a flower and forgot to replay that level before you beat the game music. Wait. I love this. I like this more than the good ending music, actually. Holy smokes. These are kind of more fun because I literally haven't seen these suggestions. You guys just left them, so. Whoa. Did my VTuber model just freeze? Did my model just freeze for anybody else? I was like... Okay, yeah, I mean, I will grant this. This is supposed to be the bad ending music. It doesn't sound bad ending at all. I'll grant you that. But it's like what this reminds me of, and I guess the good ending reminds me of it too. I just really like the tempo and the pacing and the melody of this one. It reminds me of when you're like a child, I guess, and you just finished reading a really good story, and you're just like wrapped up in the thoughts and the memories of all that stuff, right? That's what it's always reminded me of. I've always thought it was excellent credits music. Like I said, I guess if you're looking at this from the point of like, isn't this supposed to be the bad ending? Is like, I mean, maybe it's maybe it's a little somber, but I don't really think it is. I like that it's a bit off-key. Yeah, not enough to where it's distracting, but I guess that's true, actually. It is a little off-key, so you can tell that something is a little wrong. But it's still cheery, upbeat, happy Kirby music, you know? You know, it's still Kirby Stream Land 3. It's still, like, the ending of that game. You know, you did beat it. You don't really know that it's a bad ending until the very end, so I like that it keeps up the illusion that it's supposed to be good, or at least normal, until the ending when you find out it is bad, and now it's sounding slightly off-key. Makes a lot more sense. It's a really good way of looking at it. I never looked at it that way, but I have a new appreciation. I already loved it, but I have a new appreciation for it now. That's really good. Oh, okay. So it's really funny that this message says, not actually that bad of a track. I think this is pretty bad. It's still in the playlist. The other one is still in the playlist. Yeah, no, I don't like this one. Oh god, this part. Oh god. Oh, this part. Ugh. Nah, bad. I do not like this version. I'm not gonna compare it to the adventure version because it's not as bad as the Nightmare Orb. So I'm not gonna compare it. It literally feels like it's trying to mimic something that's high energy, but it does not have any of that energy in it. It's so dissonant from what it's trying to do. I don't like this version. I really don't. I know there are fans out there, so if you listen to this and you're like, oh, that was pretty cool, I'm sorry. Something tells me that Klaire might not like the Nightmare in Dreamland OST. Maybe not. Nightmare may have the worst OST, but at least it has Ball. Exactly. Let's see. Ooh, I love this one. I know I love this one. Do 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 do. Ba-na-na-na-na. I'm a puppy with a head to pat. Is there reasoning giving for this one? Nope. then another one that has the... Oh, really, really good. I think, because it's not like a shrill high note, right? I just think it sounds so cute. But there's this, like, really funky element going on in the back that just adds to it that makes it super good. And it's just a really cute remix. It's really good. I mean, is it fantastic? No, like, there's not too much about it that stands out, unfortunately, but it's cute. I really like this one. It's cute. It's cute. It is Grave Garden, though. Specifically, it's a remix of Grave Garden. I don't mind Canvas Curse's OST, but seeing that the 3 original tracks are so good. Yeah, no, that's exactly what my problem is. Like, if we ignore the fact that, you know, it's all remixes is specifically, like, a flaw, like, a problem with it, then it just instantly becomes one of my favorites. Chat, I'm gonna keep this one completely real with you. I'm a grown pup. You know, this doesn't, like, you know, leave me quivering in the corner at night. But, you know, we joke a lot about, oh, boarding the Halberd fills me with anxiety and stuff, right? This one actually kind of, you know, like, you know, I get a little, like, you know, I get a little spooked listening to this one, not gonna lie. Gotta love your cute Kirby games, am I right? Okay, so I could, it's similar to, what was that one called? Collapse Castle. I could definitely see this one hurting your ears more than, like, spooking you, but I have this one in my head just so associated with the level and the atmosphere that the level itself and this genuinely kind of creepy track, at least to me, the way that, like, it all comes together is, like, unforgettable. I really like this one a lot. Like, I'll say it, like, I love this one, but it's definitely not because of the reason you would expect from a lot of Kirby tracks. It's not because it's super energetic and fun. It's not because it has a particularly memorable beat to it. None of that stuff. It is just where it plays in the game, what it sets up, and the atmosphere it creates. I really love this one. Is it a favorite? Probably not. And Drawcia Sorceress plays right after this. That's my favorite track in the game, so, you know, there is that too. Genuinely unnerving. Yep, actually gives me the goosebumps. I'm an adult man, and this song actually gives me the chills. I changed the pronouns, and that's me. I'll say this. We're going to start over. I will actually say this. The audio sounds a little fuzzy. That's not a thing in Mass Attack. That's the upload. You're never going to get me to say a bad thing about the Mass Attack soundtrack, okay? I'm just saying. This one makes me happy. It's so calm and peaceful and cute. And the melody is so catchy, and it translates perfectly to the remixes that are gonna play later in the game. It's not overused as a leitmotif, but you hear it enough to where you can recognize it, and all the different places that they go with it are so fun, because that's, like, the theme of well, not the theme, maybe that's the wrong word. It's the core of what makes Mass Attack so much fun to me. It's just this adventure that takes you on all these different crazy kinds of places, while still being identifiably Mass Attack. And that's what the remixes are. They're identifiably Kirby Mass Attack. This game is so proud to be itself, and I love that about it. It's such a good game. You're never gonna get me to say like a single bad thing about this soundtrack. Ugh. God, I love this soundtrack. I don't remember where I ranked it, but I feel like I ranked it too low. I'm sure, you know, look at the games I put above it, and it's like, okay, all right, maybe that's fair, but Instead of Vocaloid, I'll actually just sit myself through the Mass Attack soundtrack and be like, okay, what don't I like from this? There's probably nothing bad here, but just me specifically, what don't I like from this? Can't believe they had KK Slider on the Mass Attack sound team. Yeah, Kirby Slider. Kirby Slide! Yo, no way! It all comes back to Kirby Slide. Okay, Super Kirby Clash, spoiler warning in advance. Just letting you, in case anybody cares about spoilers in Super Kirby Clash. Magolor. I love this one. It's such a headbanger. So funny thing, the person who posted this said straight downgrade from the second one. I think the second one is a straight downgrade from this. I'm not gonna play the second one because it wasn't submitted, and I also think it's very good. But this is just a certified headbanger, dude. It's so good. I love this one. This is like the essence of Galacta Knight to me, right? This is just like that raw essence of what the Galacta Knight theme really is. It goes so crazy. And it's in Super Kirby Clash where everything is remixed to be 10 times crazier than the original. And because this is the extended version, I'll keep it playing while you read chat. God, another Canvas Curse track, jeez. Another Canvas Curse, that's so crazy. Did I save this one? Yes, I did, okay. All right, here we go, Kirby Canvas Curse. Oh, that part goes hard. Oh, that's right out of Kirby 64. That's right out of Kirby 64. Okay, I don't love that one. However, I really like that one. I could see the shrill high-pitched tone being a turnoff, just like a couple of the other ones that have had it. I don't think the thing about, what was the other one? Collapse Castle. Okay, the thing about Collapse Castle that made that one so bad was that the note was drawn out. It was one singular note drawn for extended time. That specifically pierces eardrums in a way that having it like alter its tone, like you kind of get a relief from it. Like do 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 do. I guess it's not quite doing that right here, but it's not very long that it's hanging on that one. It's not even really that high pitch, but if it hurts your ears, I get it. But I just can't say that I think it's bad because there's enough of a break with the different tones that I can't see it being that bad. I also really like the melody and stuff. Okay, Planet Robobot. Planet Robobot music coming up. Get ready. All right, so we'll listen to these two back to back. We'll talk about them, and then we'll talk about Planet Robobot. Oh, wow. We're almost an hour into this thing, and there's barely been any bad music. Let's just breeze through the rest, enjoy the Kirby music, and move on from there. Oh, why do I always have to open my mouth? I'm going to commit not happy. Well, let's see what this Invincible Candy is about first. Oh. Okay, so they start the Invincible Candy like it's gonna be this thing that's really cool, and then they don't commit. Alright, that's pretty bad. I know it's a jingle. It's not a full track. I'm willing to put that one as the fourth bad track that we've heard today. That one's pretty. It's not the worst. I'll take it over farting, but that one was pretty bad. Oh, cool! Nice! Yeah! Oh, this is all that it is? Oh my god, that's so crazy. Lamau, right? Oh my god, I don't want to listen to this anymore. It's so annoying. Like that, you know? It got annoying really fast. That one's pretty bad. That one's pretty bad. Alright, I know I like Mass Attacks already, so let's listen to it. It's different, but I really like it. Yeah, right? It's really good. This is such a palate cleanser. Yeah, the little chips that'll like do. They're really good. All right, here we go. Loud Locomotive. Yup. Yeah, and then it's like, wait, now it's really good. Yeah, listen to this part. This part genuinely goated. Even this part, I love this part. Like, genuinely fantastic. And here we go! There's that beginning part again! God, we'll talk about, like, the ultimate reward. You stomach through this horrendous, god-awful beginning, like, bottom of the barrel, and it takes you to one of the best tracks in the game. How do you judge this? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's most of it is really, like, wonderful. There's so many good things to say about it. It's just the 10, 20 seconds that are ear-bleeding nightmare. Someone in hell had to be giggling over this. 3? Oh, we only have 3 left. Okay, let's get these all in one fell swoop then. All right, so we'll start with It's Boss Time from Kirby Stream Link 2. Oh, this is the KDL2 boss music. I love this. Okay, maybe I don't love it. Maybe I don't love it. I love this part, though. Yeah, I mean, it's not the most memorable, I guess. And you can definitely just be like, oh, well, it's not a very memorable melody. It's just a bunch of noise. I like the intensity of it, though. Especially the second half. This part. It's really more like the second, like, 60%. I definitely feel like this dominates more than what the first part does. I honestly think KDL 1 has better boss music. Funny story, I agree with you. It's not amazing, you know, I'll grant that. I think KDL 2 has some amazing music in it, but this is fine. You know what? Actually, we'll do this one next, because we technically listened to this one already. It was just at, like, literally, it was at the very beginning of the stream. So I talked about it before while we were listening to the Nightmare in Dreamland arrangement, which I still insist sounds like farting. This version sounds, I think, significantly better for 2 reasons. 1, it doesn't sound like farting. 2, it replaces that bizarre sound with the feeling of an ethereal sense of unsureness. I know that's not a word, but like you're fighting this thing that you don't know what it is. It just ejected from the Fountain of Dreams, and you just know it's been infecting it with the nightmares. And you do wind up eventually fighting the embodiment of nightmares, which is the nightmare boss, of course. But this is just that orb, that this circular. It's got stars on it, you know. It's like, oh, those are stars like what Kirby has, but they're not bright and yellow like Kirby's are. They're dark. They're purple. I love purple, but they're dark. They're purple. They're like a dark blue. You know, they're not. It's this, you're just fighting this being that you don't know what it is. And as nightmares are the foils to Kirby's dreams, Kirby is bright, the nightmares are dark, but you don't know what they are because there's just this music does such a better job because that static in the background doesn't sound like farts. And the beats themselves sound like these ethereal, mysterious beats that you don't quite know what they are, instead of sounding like farts. Why does Nightmare in Dreamland? Why does it sound like somebody's tearing wind? I don't get it. All right. Last one. Can we hit 5 bad tracks? We got 4 right now. It's all up to Kirby Mass Attack to drop the ball. Let's see. Oh, this one's fine. I remember this one. This one's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. It's all atmosphere, baby. Yeah, no, I like the job that this one does setting up the atmosphere. Like I said, is it amazing? No. Is it bad? No. I don't think it's a bad one to end on, though. I think this is one of those ones that it's like, if you don't like atmospheric stuff, I could totally see why you would think it's bad. So I could see, you know, this is a, Mass Attack salutes to you for trying to drop the ball, but it didn't work. You tried your best. You tried your bestest. And you failed. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thank you, everybody, for making this an absolutely wonderful stream. Definitely we're going to do something like this again in the future. Especially because, I can make videos out of this. So we'll definitely, I would really love to have like monthly events and be able to turn those into videos. Because this is going to be a much easier edit than most of what my videos are. So, yeah. Until I see you all again, go check out my newest video. All right, everybody in the Twitch chat, watch my video. Everybody in the YouTube chat, watch my video. And until I see you again, bye-bye.